try to go pray, but ain't nobody's gonna help. You just gotta find your way. That's the only way to do it, yeah, without just being fake to yourself. And lying on the inside, you gotta change yourself and change your mind. New Year's coming, you just gotta grind and do the things you love instead of follow behind, yeah. I can see the pain within your eyes. And I just wish that you would wake up and just open up your mind, yeah. Open up your eyes, open up your life. Cause you just gotta be alive. Cause we're living in the darkness and you hate it every time. So you just gotta change, man, open up your mind to the beautiful things around. Man, it's called life, take a breath. It's fresh, it's nice and it's cold. It's so refreshing, especially cause you hate it all. But if you change your mind and you get involved in the beautiful things, then you can be all that you. Shut your mouth and just listen to me. If you follow this, then you could be, yeah, everything that you wanna be. Stop the negative things, cause you need to see what a positive in life, and you can really change it. I know you gotta cross, say you can really make it. Man, this life is complicated, I see it, I feel your pain. But if you open up to change it, then you could be okay with no depression and all the pressure around. You could be living till you can start up from the ground. You can take one step, hey, you could really lounge in the sky, cause you could just change, yeah, do it now, get today. Oh yeah, today, and not tomorrow, cause that's what they always say. Oh, you can pray, that's not the way. Cause you just gotta take action and just go insane, yeah. Try to go pray, but ain't nobody's gonna help. You just gotta find your way. That's the only way to do it, yeah, without just being fake to yourself. And lying on the inside, you gotta change yourself and change your mind. New Year's coming, you just gotta grind and do the things you love instead of follow behind, yeah. I can see the pain within your eyes. And I just wish that you would wake up and just open up your mind, yeah. Open up your eyes, open up your life. Cause you just gotta be alive. Cause we're living in the darkness and you hate it every time. So you just gotta change, man, open up your mind to the beautiful things around. Man, it's called life, take a breath. It's fresh, it's nice and it's cold. It's so refreshing, especially cause you hate it all. But if you change your mind and you get involved in the beautiful things, then you can be all that you. Shut your mouth and just listen to me. If you follow this, then you could be, yeah, everything that you wanna be. Stop the negative things, cause you need to see what a positive in life, and you can really change it. I know you gotta cross, say you can really make it. Man, this life is complicated, I see it, I feel your pain. But if you open up to change it, then you could be okay with no depression and all the pressure around. You could be living till you can start up from the ground. You can take one step, hey, you could really lounge in the sky, cause you could just change, yeah, do it now, get today. Oh yeah, today, and not tomorrow, cause that's what they always say. Oh, you can pray, that's not the way. Cause you just gotta take action and just go insane, yeah. Sure. down and try to go pray. But ain't nobody's gonna help, you just gotta find your way. That's the only way to do it, yeah, without just being fake to yourself. And lying on the inside, you gotta change yourself and change your mind. New Year's coming, you just gotta grind and do the things you love instead of follow behind, yeah.
I cannot surrender, that ain't never in my blood. I've been running with my soldiers and we climbing to the top. Man, I will make it work and I'm like, what? You show me what you have and show me what you gotta know that I can take it, oh take it to the chest. Cause I've been through some dark times, way up in the past. So I've been really fighting for it all. I'm like, damn, you wanna bring it down? Well, you better be a champ. Cause I keep on running to the rain. Cause I keep on going through this pain. Cause I keep on carving my way. Cause I keep on moving away. Y'all just wanna stop me, but there is no way. Cause I've been different, I've been marching, I'm fighting myself away. I'm running through the mountains in my time, I do not waste. Cause I be busy working, I be grinding nowadays. Hey, what you got? What you know about constantly grinding on with the team? What you know about losing your sleep just for a dream? What you know about making some waves up in the scene? Cause I'm the one that's doing it, well y'all just make it sing. Y'all make it seem like this should not be seen like this ain't really proper. But I'm rising all above and I'm flying like I'm a chopper. Cause I'ma get it poppin', yes I gotta get it rockin'. Well the people always tell me that I've been really nothing, but I proved them wrong, yeah. It's I've been me, dog, and I've been strong, yeah. And you will see that. Quiere tumbarme, pero ellos saben que yo soy la para. No hablan de frente, pero la bondeja la cosa clara. No son de calle, todos palomos solo se enmascaran. Pero se entiende porque todos te salen doble cara. Negro no la venga a contar, no me importa la catita. Ninguno tiene calidad, nada de nada. Sin respeto no vale nada. Mi mente puesta pa' sumar, con esto me voy a quedar. Haciéndolo easy flow Jacob, puesto con la Nike corté. Subo tan rápido tú no lo ves, llegando con miles a finales de mes. Antes eran 2 shorty, ahora duermo con 3. Tirando a la cancha como el 23. Frontean con tenis, solo tienen 3. El dedo de tu padre lo multipliqué.
¿Y yo qué culpa tengo si me han tirado a la piscina con el móvil en el bolsillo, papá? Buen argumento, ¿eh? Vamos con esta.
Tranquilo, que tu padre lo tiene fácil. Porque ahora, por ser de mi Movistar, puedes tener hasta 5 dispositivos. Estrenar uno está bien, estrenar más es mejor.
Ah, y carita de pena, eso no falla.
En Imagine tenemos una pregunta. ¿De qué color ves nuestro logo? ¿Verde o azul? Si lo ves verde es porque juntos ya hemos plantado más de 300.000 árboles. Si lo ves azul es porque hemos retirado más de 21 toneladas de plástico del mar. Y es que somos muy azules, y muy verdes, y muy azules, y también verdes, y azules, claro. Imagine, somos lo que hacemos.
Las pequeñas alegrías no son pequeñas, son la alegría. Date una alegría. Venga, Andalucía.
Hello and welcome to Spain's capital for the third year of Madrid Urban Sports. I'm Mark Churchill and we are here to see over 300 competitors from 60 different countries battling it out over 4 different disciplines on the weekend. We've got skateboard, BMX, scooter and breakdance. But our next competition is our men's skateboarding street finals, and the crowd is definitely warming up right behind me right now. But it leads me into introducing you to the second member of the team, and joining me live from Los Angeles, California is the absolute legend, Kelly Hart. Hiya, Kelly.
Hey, Mark, I'm doing great. Glad to be back, and I'm excited to watch some good skateboarding tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be quite the show today because we have had so much going on in just practice in the last hour. It's been incredible, and some real heavy hitters joining us down in Madrid today. As you can see, the lights are on and it's darkened down a little bit as we go through into the night. Certainly the latest final I've been involved in a while, but that means that we're getting the good temperatures down here as well, which everybody is thankful for. Earlier on in the year, we had our first event of the season down in Andalusia. It was the Andalusia Urban, and we've got a few highlights to show you of what went down in southern Spain earlier in the year. Yeah, loads going on down in Andalusia. Unfortunately, we didn't have any skateboarding happening down there this year. Hopefully that will be an addition for next year. It was the first time that the Urban World Series has taken a competition down into southern Spain and Andalusia. But we are moments away from getting our men's skateboarding street finals going. And we'll be kicking it off with Brandon Valjalo, 24 years of age from South Africa. Absolute killer on a street course. He's been skating so good, and he owns possibly one of the best impossibles in the game, I think, Kelly.
And he's got a good Lakers jersey on too.
So Facundo Quiroga, 22 years of age, our second rider. And Fernando Andres has been absolutely smashing it. From when I got here yesterday, he was killing it out there on the course, and he hasn't stopped. He's an absolute machine.
It's cool to see some new faces in these contests.
Yep. And not a new face is Great Britain's Alex Dacuna. Got a crazy trick bag full of some of the most technical things you'll see. And absolute Spanish legend. Definitely going to get a big screen from the crowd. We got Danny León. Somebody who skates the course completely different than everyone else as well, Kelly.
He's awesome. I love watching him skate.
So, Mariano Alfaro. A different skateboarding Mariano. Next up, one of my favourites from the Netherlands. We got Douwe Macaré. One of the most consistent skaters I think I've ever seen. He just doesn't fall off. And if you follow his Instagram, you'll see endless lines daily.
Yeah, his Instagram is incredible. And he drops his video parts. They're great too, but it's consistently updated on Instagram. It's fun to watch. He kills it.
And absolute machine qualifying through in first place position. We have Ivan Monteiro from Brazil. He's been putting together some pretty mind-blowing runs, and it's the speed he skates at and the technical ability he's got at speed shouldn't be allowed. But here we have our competition format. It's our men's street skateboarding final. We got a run section. They'll have 2 45-second runs followed up by 3 best trick attempts. We take 1 score from the run section and 2 scores from best trick. So great format, pulls the best out of the skaters, I think.
Yeah, it allows strategy in this and just being aware of what's going on around you. a lot of times in different contests, you're not really aware about what other people are doing. And this, you have to pay attention to what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, and when to do it.
Yeah, and like we saw in our women's final just before this competition, sometimes it's about just getting scores on the board and not necessarily pushing yourself too hard, depending on what stage you're at in the competition. But I don't think there's going to be any moment during this men's final where anyone can get too comfortable and not be pushing themselves. And from what I've seen so far, this thing is going to go absolutely off.
Yeah, these guys are all talent. Ivan is wild. Brandon, he's been around for a long time too. And I mean, I haven't gotten a chance to really see them skate in the practice yet, but I saw a few tricks from above. And over the years I've known these guys, they've only gotten so good. So I'm stoked to see them in the finals.
Yeah, competition skateboarding is going through the roof at the moment. The level of what you have to do just to get through to a final is incredible. So it's already an achievement to be skating in the final of Urban World Series competitions. But we're kicking it off right now. Frontside blunt slide to start it off from Brandon.
He snapped out of that blunt slide.
There you go, I called it. Owner of one of the best impossibles out there. That one was the lip slide. Half cab crooked grind as well to see it in. Definitely hustling to get round to the next trick. Little shifty because he's in the city. Another impossible down that gap. Nose grind on the big side of the ledge. Looking really comfortable as we go into the last 10 seconds. Kelly, this is shaping up to be great.
He's gotten a lot of tricks in 45 seconds.
Kickflip Manny. Wow, where did that come from? I think that was first go ever.
That was a very risky and very random trick to do at the end.
Yeah, we've said it before. Any time that the board leaves your feet is high risk, but with high risk is high reward. That's how we kicked it off with the front blunt slide popping out, like you said, and then straight into the impossible lip slide, guiding that round with the back toe. So good.
It's interesting. The first score like this is always interesting for the judges to see where they end up, because that kind of dictates kind of where scores are based around. And that run was really good. Yeah, well, like doing a manual in your run is not normal. So that was good.
Yeah, 64.67 coming in for run number one for Brandon Valhallo. So Facundo Quiroga up next. Looking focused, waiting for the nod from our course manager to get started. First run is so gnarly, especially after a barrage of tricks like Brandon just put down on the course. But there's a reason that these guys are through to the final. He's just clearing out the deck there. He's good to go, dropping in on the far quarter pipe, straight into a crook back lip.
Wow, crook
The old
back
Bastion.
lips.
Nolly into that backside tail stall and coming through, kicky back lip. Seeing that in run one, hanging in there by the toenails. Wow, Nolly nose grind on the big bit. Coming down to 20 seconds as he comes into the hubba. Whoa.
He's hanging on. Last couple tricks, he's barely held on to it, but he's got it.
Yep, and makes a make though. Whoa, you don't see that mid-run often. The old Ronnie Krager. Oh, on a hard flip to back himself up. That was a banging run and such a good hard flip to finish it off. Kelly, nollie front foot flip. Late as you like. So good and caught. That's nearly impossible.
Yeah, to throw that in the middle of, or the middle end of your run is really wild. Because that's an easy trick to mess up on, but I guess he's got it like that. I would say this has got to be the best run so far, even though it's only the second run. Flipped this board a lot, ending it. I think the judges will reward him like on flipping his board and like the technicality of the nollie front foot flip.
Yeah, so many technical tricks in there. Be interested to see where the judges go with this. Brandon getting that 64.67. And yeah, I think this one's going to be jumping way up there.
He did almost fall off a few times, but I don't think they'll really dock him for that at all. But
and each trick that he was nearly falling off was super technical as well. 73 points coming in for run number 1. He's going to be stoked to have that one out of the way, and the pressure's off on run number 2. So, Fernando Andres, here we go. Run number 1 of 2. Starting off down at the stair step with that backside 5-0, and then the feeble 5-0.
You don't see the feeble 5-0s too often.
Little crook bunk back up the hover ledge, coming in to the handrail. Kickflip board slide. Oh, he bowed away to keep it. He deserved to get away with that, but just jumping off. He's back in there. Onto the long rail. Feeble grind, 1 foot, and a late. Feeble grind, 5-0, late 1 foot out. Crazy
was
trick.
not expecting that one.
Ghost in that last trick. Kickflip fakie. And that's going to be time for Fernando. Solid run, but that's going to be a heavy, heavy run if he can land all of those tricks. There's so much going on.
I would suggest him that he keeps the feeble to 5-0 just one time in a run, because doing it twice in a run is like, hey, 1 footed out, I guess. But that was awesome. I've never seen anyone do that trick in a run. He's got a solid, like, it's there. You just got to put it together.
Yeah, it's a bit like a DJ playing a song from the same artist back to back. You don't want to see the same trick over and over again. You don't want to hear the same tune over and over again. He did change it up with the 1 foot out, but it would be better off just staying with that one.
Yeah, there's got to be another trick he could find for the other rail. I'm sure he's got a bag of tricks that he could pull from. But
yeah, speaking of bag of
I
tricks,
just know the judges will look into that.
Yeah, speaking of bag of tricks, we've got Great Britain's Alex Takuna up next. There you go, front board, body varial lip slide. Some serious dancing on the rail right there. Feeble grind, popping out. I think he was going to go for the feeble grind back lip. Taking an impossible out and cruising back down across to this gap rail. Front Smith. There's literally a trick on every obstacle from Alex.
Oh, only Trey.
Heavy tricks coming out of Alex right now. Rock, flip fakie, what? Front tail slide on the buzzer as well. I'm pretty sure there was about 412 tricks in that run, Kelly.
Yeah, I don't even know how he physically did all those tricks in 45 seconds. That was completely wild.
That's his specialty, though. Started it off with this blunt slide and then took it across to the front board body varial lip.
Didn't they used to call that the AM shuffle?
Yeah, I think so.
I haven't seen that for a while.
So, waiting for that run number 1 score to come in for Alex. 69.33, seeing him in second place position. That's a great score to kick off this competition. He now knows what he's going to need to do on run number 2, but he has a little bit of breathing room knowing he's got a good score on the board.
Yeah, he knows. He's got a good idea what he's... So only he can look into now is just trying to improve his tricks. And we still have a few more riders to go. So, I mean, if anyone can do it, like, figure something out, it's that dude.
Yeah, for sure.
He knows what he's doing.
So that was Danny León just there chatting to housemate Christian, who's actually filming out here in Madrid as well. Both these guys live in Madrid Centre. He's just telling him his run, and he's good to go. Get yourself strapped in. Danny León, run number 1. Big ollie over the rail. Whoa, up to lip slide on the clear extension, straight into that Smith grind. And a big 360 flip. This is going bonkers so far.
He's charging. Oh.
Wow. Does all of that and falls off a backside disaster. Arguably one of the easiest tricks out there. Frontside grind and getting stuck back in. Gap out to the hubber on a frontside nose grind. Whoa! I can think of some places to do a front blunt, and that is not one of them. Oh, landing 90 degrees on that frontside flip, and that's going to be time for Danny León. That's a heavy, heavy run if he can get that all landed. Big tricks, tech tricks as well. Bit of everything there, and that's what the judges want to see.
It's crazy to see something like that. It's so different than like Alex's run and stuff like that. He's charging, he's skating the big wall right there, the quarter pipe, the glass quarter pipe, which is nuts. And I haven't seen anyone really hit that at all so far. So it should be interesting to see how the judges score that compared to what the other guys are doing.
Boy, he was super close to hanging up on that front blunt there. So 56 coming in for run number 1, seeing him in that 4th place position. So 56 with a fall is a pretty savage score, so you can see where that's going to go if he can land it.
Yep.
But as we know, as you go through to that best trick section, our leaderboard starts shuffling around loads. We're taking it to Mariano Alfaro up next, 25 years of age. Interesting choice of a beanie on the hottest day of the year I've felt so far. But whatever works for you with a nice frontside feeble like that and a 360 flip, it definitely works. Hanging in there on that switch 270. Lip up, switch 180, nose grind. Or switch 180. Into a frontside 5-0, hustling it back up onto that quarter pipe, cruising over to the gap to rail, front lip. It's that backside disaster and the kick flip, turning it around, last trick, gonna get it in on the buzzer, going for a kick flip crooked grind, and that's shaping up to be another great run again.
Yeah, at this point when you're doing the runs, I mean, obviously it makes sense to land all the tricks, but when you miss one trick, it'll drastically change the score of your run. You see the guys that have all gotten good scores so far are all pretty much flawless runs.
Yeah, for sure. And also missing that trick, it can really upset the rhythm. We were talking about it in the women's final. You know what's coming up after the next trick. And if you've planned your run out as accurately as some of these guys have, when you miss one, it really throws you.
Yeah, it definitely throws you off. In his case, it's kind of better he lost it at the end right there, but he's got his first tricks down. I'm curious to see how Douwe goes, because this dude, like you said, he's very consistent. Yeah,
super consistent. Run number 1 for Douwe, starting off with the gap up to nose blunt slide. There's that 360 flip. Took off really low down the bank then. He's so accurate with his skating. Switch frontside tail slide. And a buttery kick flip. The backside tail slide on the big bit of that flat ledge, taking it over to the gap out. And that's what Douwe's really known for. He can pretty much nose grind all the way back to the Netherlands from here if he wanted to. Coming down to the last few seconds, half cab flip in.
Wow, that was a great run. That was my favorite run so far, personally. The fact that he flipped his board so much, like there's the little things I always trip out on, is like the half cab flip into the bank, and those type of things are like impressive because of the risk that you have to take to flip, just do those simple little tricks.
Yeah, they might seem really simple, but mid-competition run, certainly down into a bank, it's certainly one of the ones that you can miss the tail on and not make. So I think the judges are going to be really rewarding him for that. But it wasn't just the amount of tricks that he did in the selection, it was how perfect he did pretty much everything. It was all bolts, right?
All bolts. I can imagine him. Let me see. It's hard for me to read the scores on here, but it looks like 54 is what Brandon got. Is that right?
64.67. I think I could see him up there, around there, maybe pipping Alex D'Cunha.
There you go.
69.33. But certainly giving the judges a run for his money. Well, there you go. I was right. 71 points coming in for run number 1 for Douwe Macaré.
Great run. Good for him, man.
Yeah, final rider before we take it back to the top of the heat. Run number 1 for Ivan Monteiro, 25 years of age, out of Brazil. Thumbs up. I think he was just giving you the thumbs up then, Kelly.
I'm thumbs up back to him, man. Hey, good luck.
Okay, here we go. Get yourselves ready. This is going to be a barrage of tricks. Kicking it off with the 270 lip. Backside nose blunt straight after. Spinning it round so he can get the half cab at nose slide 270 out. It's a quick fire round so far, Kelly.
He's did a lot of spinning. Was doing a lot of spinning so far.
So spinning around on the quarter pipe and rolling back in. Front side feeble. Pushing that board all the way over. Coming back down and across the park. Whoa, that span really slow. I don't know how he got his foot back on that. Switch backside 5-0 on the buzzer. I can't wait to see the replay on that 360 flip lip slide. He landed on the last 3 inches of the rail, but he was hovering. You could see he was waiting for it to spin and just hovering that front foot to catch it. Great skateboarding there again from Ivan Monteiro.
Yeah, I mean, he's very known for his 360 flips, like end-to-nose slides and nose blunts and all that stuff. He has that lock. It's more surprising when he doesn't land it, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So 73.01 is the score that will get you our first place. Waiting for that score to come in for Ivan's run number 1.
What do you think? You think it's going to be better?
I don't know. It might just be around that 73. No, jumping straight up there, 75.67, and first place, and where he is familiar from coming through from the qualifiers in that first place position. We're taking it back to the top of the heat and where we started with Brandon Valhallo, 24 years of age, out of Africa. Well, giving the crowd a check then on that frontside blunt slide.
Wow. Oh.
Whoa. Baker Maker on that one. Back 5-0, frontside 180 out. I love that trick.
Yeah, nice little rebound right there.
Kickflip down into the bank. It's so hard to come back when you don't quite land a trick, but Brandon's showing just how seasoned he is. There's the frontside nose grind coming back straight in. He's coming down to the final few seconds. Sorry, mate.
No, you see, at this point, you just got to try something as hard as you can. Because you already messed up once.
Whoa, that's a gnarly one. Kickflip out to frontside 50-50. Not quite up there with his first run, I don't feel, because that was super consistent. And it all fell apart on the impossible lip slide, but came straight back as well.
Maybe he'll get extra points for staring down the crowd.
Maybe a little glance up to the judges. What do you think of that, huh? What do you think of them apples? That's how we finished it off. Kickflip front 50-50, just hanging in there. I think he watched the replay there like, whoa! 62 coming through for run number 2. So sticking with that 64.67 as he leaves the run section. Score to beat is now over 75 points, which is way up there. So Facundo, run number 2. What I'd like to see is a similar run, but cleaning up all those tricks and landing them way more consistent or way more sturdy, but falling on that crooked back lip on this one is definitely not going to be where he's want to be at.
Yeah, when you fall on that first run or the first trick on the second run, and you already have like your best run so far, you gotta like switch up your what you're doing. You have to be like, okay, cool, I have to try way harder tricks.
Yeah, sometimes landing a little bit squirrely can change up your run as well. But coming back strong, nollie front feeble down that gap rail. Down to the last few seconds. Going to be committing to that gap out to Hubba. Going hard, flip, revert.
He had the right idea right there. He couldn't put it together.
Yeah, he'll be sticking with that first run score. But it would have been nice to see a mixture of both of those runs. Yesterday I was watching him skate. He did a crooked grind down that Hubba to late front foot flip out. So clean. Absolutely perfect. I think he was maybe going to go for that, but just didn't get locked in as much. That would have sent the score through the roof, but settling with a 56.67. So stick with that 73 straight score from run number one. Still remaining in that second place position.
Yeah, great position to be in. Second, going into his next attempts are going to be all best tricks. So
Fernando Andres, run number two. 45 seconds on the clock. Starting off with the back 5-0. Front foot missing it though. I was really hoping we were going to see a clean run from Fernando, but he's hustling, getting straight back in there. Missing that kickflip frontside board slide. It's going to be tough to come back from this, Kelly.
Yeah. Sometimes you almost wonder if it messes up, you're not going to beat your first run. You almost wonder, like, do you save your energy and time to just call it, and just make sure that you're well rested for looks he's exhausted.
Yeah, but save that energy for the best trick section.
Exactly.
He's all good. And we keep saying, if you miss that first trick, it's so hard to get motivated as you move through the rest of the run. And to remember what the rest of your run was, it really can throw you.
Yeah. Well, now he's just got to focus on the best trick. That's done with.
Yeah, but we've seen it before, people climbing up through the listings on just best tricks alone, with those scores counting as well. Taking 2 scores from best trick, 1 score from the run section. And it's 100 points on the line for 2 best tricks each, 100 points. So the quickest feet in Madrid right now, run number 2 for Alex da Cunha, starting off with a blunt slide again. Front board into the lip slide, missing that one.
That seems like the easiest trick to mess up on.
Yep, but with high risk comes high reward. He's cruising back across the course. Just missing that front Smith. Yeah, so it looks like he's missed that second trick of his run, and it's really thrown him coming down to the last few seconds. This could just be a practice run for best trick. Whoa, that's a crazy one. You don't see anyone doing that one. Feeble frontside 360 shove.
This guy is so funny, man. He just throws out crazy tricks and just does them. And he's a good kid too. It's pretty rad to see him, and like he's always working on something new. He's really consistent on those bizarre tricks that no one else does, like a feeble 360 shove it. And yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, definitely check out Alex's Instagram. You'll be in for a right treat. Many tricks that don't even have a name. In a run. So 41.67 coming through. So sticking with that first run score of 69.33. Yeah, He'll be relying on 2 more tricks from the best trick section to see if he can get up onto that podium. But next up we have Danny León from Spain, looking to clean up run number 1. And it is a dangerous run if he can make this whole run clean. Starting it off with that big ollie over the rail and up to frontside lip slide. It's looking good so far, Kelly.
Out to the filmer who's filming him right there. He's charging with him.
Yeah, Christian's on it. There we go. That's where he failed last time. Whoa, double 50s. That's some quick feet right there. Frontside grind to turn it around. Frontside nose grind, so clean. Whoa, with a revert on the flat bottom.
Oh, he held on to it.
5 seconds on the clock. What's that? Finger flip lean to tail? Straight out of the 80s on that one. Kicky front board to the splits. I think that might have been just on the buzzer there, but solid run there. And we saw him get, what was it, a 56 for a run with a slam. So I think that's definitely going to be an improvement, but there was a fall on that last trick. But some heavy, heavy tricks to do mid-run. That front blunt was so scary.
Yeah, and like recovering from the front blunt and like doing the, or I think he did the back 50, or no, he came around. That was a different one. But yeah, I think this run will be scored a little bit better. You got the back D, which is nothing too crazy, obviously, and then the finger flip tail stall. But I think it'll get him a little bit of a score. I can see it getting into like, yeah, this is a couple points higher, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah, and he really needs it. But I think he's been working on a couple of bangers for best trick. I saw him working on a couple of things. Don't want to tell you just yet. I want you to be surprised, but he could get up onto that podium with best tricks alone. So 71.67 and jumping straight up into 3rd place. Wow. Danny Lee.
That was good for him.
Yeah, to get that score with a fall, but it was right at the end of the run.
Yeah.
Seems kind of high, but we have the best judges around joining us here in Madrid. So we got run number 2 for Mariano. Let's see where he's going with this run. Straight into that long flat bar, lovely frontside feeble. And the 360 flip, landing it a bit better this time from run number 1. Yeah, much more solid skating, looking way more composed on this one, Kelly.
Yeah, he's, a little 180 out that time. He's definitely got a little more. He's got the switch 270. Switch frontside 360 is obviously unlocked. That's probably one of the specialties.
Whoa, huge kickflip out there. Caught that so good. Frontside 180 back the other way. Looks like he's eyeing up that hubba. Kickflip crook, getting it done this time. You can see how hyped he is on that one. Great landing, locking it in. Yeah, Mariano, hyped.
And like, it's awesome that he got the switch 185-0 revert in there. And to end it with a kibble crook down the hubba. I think that was a technical run right there. We'll see how the judges score it, but that was doing the switch 270 front board or lip side, and then big kickflip right there. He barely locked in for that crook grind. He was like almost nose
did
grind.
well to keep hold of that.
Yeah.
So I think that's definitely going to be an improvement on run number 1. Let's see where he's going to be climbing up to as we go through to the next rider. Giving a wave to the crowd there. They were screaming for him. And rightly so. That was a great run there from Mariano.
Yeah. This might be a tough one to figure out where he belongs in this lineup right here.
Yeah, just had a glance along the stands to where the judges are, and there's a lot of nodding and shaking of heads. I think this is a very difficult one for them. They're having a little bit of conferring going on, but I think we're moments away from getting that score up for run number 2.
Yeah, you can just by that when I watched it. Oh, here we go.
Okay, there it is, 71.33. Great score for run number 2 as we take it over to Douwe Macaré from the Netherlands.
So Douwe now knows where he's at, and he's got his run up there, which is good, but he's got to like improve somehow.
Yeah, already changed up that run with that big kickflip out. There's the backside tail slide on the big section of the ledge. Front nose grind every time. He's the balance king. Great manual rolls as well. Nollie frontside nose slide. That's a high risk one in the mid run as well.
Yeah, to throw out real quick. Definitely.
Switch frontside tail slide coming into the rail. Kicky back lip. Whoa! Almost landed that twice. And he's going to call it right there. If anyone can land a trick twice in the same attempt, it's Douwe.
Never heard that before. That's good.
There's that 360 flip and the nose grind. Grinding a really long way of that ledge.
Yeah, he can lock in on his nose grinds really good, that's for sure. You're definitely right about that.
67 coming through for run number 2. So sticking with that 71 score for run number 1. He's going to be taking it over to the best trick section.
This is going to get exciting right here.
Yeah, for sure. We're taking it back to Brazil and Ivan Monteiro. Man's been around for a while. It's hard to see that he's 25, still so young.
That's crazy, right? Yeah, I think this should be crazy because he's only going to go over something better now. And his ride, he already has first place. So you can only imagine, okay, I need to up this.
Yeah, he's already won the run section, but as he knows, oh yeah, definitely changing that up, back nose blunt, 180 out, and there's that half cab nose slide 270. But as he knows, as we go through to the best trick section, because those scores are out of 100 as well, he could easily be taken off of the podium. And yeah, definitely stepping things up, going for the nollie heel flip out of that nose slide. Landing a bit hard, bit of whiplash on the way out of that one. Looks like he's going to call the run, but thumbs up. Jumping back on his board.
Yeah, he's going to call the run. That's smart.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously not going to improve after that slam on his run, so it's best to save your energy for best trick section, and that is where we're going next after these replays. Started off with that 270 lip slide, and here's that half cab nose slide 270 out.
You know what I liked on that one is that he did the back nose blunt revert, and then he did the half cab nose slide to 70. It's always better looking when you can like land a trick and not have to turn around or anything to do another trick, if that makes any sense. So like,
yeah, for sure.
it all made sense. It was all like natural looking instead of like forced and turning around. So it looked a lot better in the start of that run.
Yeah, I think on his run number 1, he didn't quite get his shoulders round on that back nose blunt, so he just went in forward and reverted it on the flat bottom. But yeah, yesterday he was doing that every time, and like you say, it's so much better to see someone landing with intention for the next trick, and the judges definitely are going to notice that.
Yeah, and I don't think a lot of people know, or sometimes skaters don't understand that.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
a thing. Yeah.
But sitting in the booth, calling out the tricks and the way they should be done is easy out there in the heat when it's already past bedtime out here. It's just gone 20-11.
Oh, wow.
So we're kicking it off. Trick attempt number 1 for Brandon. Kickflip from 50-50 and definitely improving on the one he did mid-run on his second run. Solid start to the best trick section. 1 of 3. Here's that replay. Caught that really well and stamped it. Look at the arms down by the side on the landing. There you go.
Yeah, that was solid trick. And I wonder if the judges dock something on that, but it was also interesting that that's not the run that he took, that he did it in the score. So I wonder if they're even going to dock it at all. It should be just...
Yeah, maybe not. And I mean, this is where we see that leaderboard shuffle around, because these scores are out of 100. So, yeah, 62.33 and jumping up into that 127 points and first place for Brandon Val-Jallo.
It's a good start. Like you said, you got on the board. You got on the board, and now he's got to see what who he's against now, because these guys can definitely throw some crazy stuff. This dude, you said he was throwing the cricket or like late flips out and stuff.
Yeah. Whoa, going hard flip, backside lip slide. Got away with that lightly, I feel.
Yeah, that could have been way worse, but. So now he's in a struggle now, because now you only have 2. You have to land 2 tricks.
Yeah. So I'll be interested to see whether he goes, you know what, I'm just going to do something I know I can do to get the score on the board. Something, slightly difficult, but, kind of a 90% maker. And then have the ability to really step it up on the next one. But, yeah, the heat's on for the next 2 tricks.
And that's interesting, too, because that might have been a trick that he thought he just had on lock.
Yeah, he seems like the kind of guy that would have that kind of trick on lock, which is incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, trick attempt 1 of 3. Yeah, kickflip, backside lip slide. Pretty much picture perfect there.
That's got to be relieving after not having that good of some runs. So to land that first trick,
yeah, for sure,
a good booster.
Yeah, knowing that you've got at least 1 good trick, that means he's now got 2 attempts at something gnarly. But as we saw with the women's final, sometimes you don't necessarily need to do your hardest trick to get yourself up on the podium.
Yep. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, Rose won the at the end with the backside 50-50, and she didn't even lock in right, but she still won.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not so much about skating the best, but playing the game the best and checking out what's going on that scoreboard. So Alex Takuna coming in for the hubba down the stairs. Whoa, that's a crazy one. So no slide, nollie shove into a board slide. I think he's like the only person in the world doing that one.
Yeah, and that's insane, or not insane. It's incredible to think that there's all that stuff to skate there, and that's the trick that he chose to try for the best trick.
Yeah, but that's the thing with Alex, is he's not one to make it easy on himself. But the pressure's on now, because he definitely needs to land 2 best tricks, because we're taking 2 scores from this best trick section and 1 score from the run. Alex currently down there in that last place position, but it's not over yet. We're taking it back round to trick attempt number 1 for Danny León. I think he's going to be taking it up onto the big clear extension as well.
Yeah, again, he's the only one hitting that thing.
A few plants growing in that one. I think it used to be someone's greenhouse. Whoa, no way. Up to frontside nose grind and doing a bit of a Chris Russell shuffle in. That was bonkers. I don't know how he stayed on that. The Russell shuffle. Whoa, going for it again. Doing it properly this time.
At least he made it the first time. I'm actually, when it comes to quarter pipe tricks in like a street contest, it's always interesting to see. Oh wow! Like wait, he grinded right there, right?
Yeah, I think he just about got that front truck on. But like to go back to what you were saying, seeing quarter pipe tricks in a street competition, it is interesting because I mean the obstacles are there, so they're there to be used, especially like something like the big show, the clear kind of wall ride there. But yeah, it's an interesting one. 55.33 was the score to get him up into first, and getting a 71 through. That sees him in first place position.
That's a great score.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it might be interesting for some of the other riders to see what a score up on that extension has just got. You know, getting a high score for that trick, they might go, you know what, maybe I'll do something on that.
Well, the thing is, there's a lot of people I don't think that can do anything on that.
Oh, I think he was winding up to 270 out of that one.
Yeah. That's what it looked like. Yeah, like going back to the Danny León thing, it's like I don't know if there's anyone here that can skate that the big wall like that, man. Like the extension. If he could easily win the contest by just skating that thing.
Yeah, for sure. And I did see a couple of people doing some basic things just to turn around on it earlier.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, maybe not up with the caliber of a frontside nose grind.
Yep. I know you could tear that thing up though.
Oh, I don't know. Looks pretty scary. So trick number 1 of 3 for Douwe. Oh, going kickflip crook on the gap out. You can see the disappointment because that's something he really could just rinse off. And we were talking about it, someone doing something that they know they can do. You're now going to have the added pressure that you have to land the next 2 tricks.
Yeah, we'll see if he switches it up at all. That one, I feel like he could really land that easily too.
Yeah, that might be one of the things like you were mentioning earlier, just to step away from it and come back and, clear the cobwebs off, do something that feels good, that you know you can do, get another score on the board and then come back to the more difficult stuff. But he has made his way back up onto that platform. And we're going to see trick number 1 of 3 for Ivan Monteiro now. Took a bit of a slam earlier on the nose slide nollie heel out. So it'll be interesting to see where he's going with this one. I saw him in practice maybe trying that 270 lip, 270 out.
Yeah, that's his thing, the 270 lip, 270. I feel like he was the first one I really saw doing that trick.
There you go. Screaming on the landing there. That is definitely a quick way to tie your legs in a figure 8 knot.
Yeah, he's spinning a lot right there. Basically a 540 with the lip slide in the middle.
Yeah, great execution on it. I think we're going to see a very high score come in for that one. Waiting for that first trick score to come in before we take it back to the top of the heat.
Let's see. It's interesting to see what they give a rail trick versus a quarter pipe trick.
Yeah, let's see how that sits very shortly. For me, street competition, that should beat it. Yep, and there you go. 76 straight there. And seeing Ivan up there in 151.67 points and first place. So we're taking it back to the top of the heat and where we started. Trick number 2 for Brandon Valjallo. Coming through to that gap to rail in nollie position. Whoa, that's one that you definitely don't see often, and there's a reason for that, right, Kelly?
Yeah, there's a lot of mistakes that can happen on that. I always think the board's going to land primo.
Yeah, for sure.
Or
spin a little bit too far as well.
Yeah. It's a hard one to control, and it's a long slide.
Yeah, did you see there? He didn't hit his nose.
Oh,
so it was all just popped off of the wheels. But
yeah.
I guess with that trick, that's the way that one goes.
Yeah, you really don't on nollie tricks like that. And even fakie, sometimes you don't even need to hit your tail to get the board off, like get little oomph off of it, right?
Yeah, and 69 points coming through and almost breaking it into the 200s. We have Brandon Valgello. He's looking very comfortable as we move through to the next rider. Trick number 2 of 3. Interested to see if he goes back. No, looks like he's switching up the trick. Oh, no. There you go.
There you go.
Hard flip back lip. Landing that one. Perfect. Be nice to get that redemption and then move on, and that's exactly what he got right there.
Let's see the landing again.
Landed pretty high up the rail as well and got a decent slide out of it.
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, let's see, Brandon got, what did he get for his last trick? I can't remember. But, like, that's similar, I feel like, to nollie big spin lip almost. Maybe a little less.
Yeah, 74 coming in.
Oh.
So, popping him up into that 3rd place position with 147 points. Solid score on the board right there.
Yeah, that's a good score right there.
Okay, trick attempt 2 of 3. Bit of visualization there. Sometimes that's all you need to be able to picture yourself doing that trick, and then the muscle memory comes into play. Kickflip board slide. Not sure if he was going for kickflip feeble or maybe going kickflip board slide just to get another score on the board and then go back to something more difficult, but perfectly executed.
Yeah, he did it good. I think, yeah, he was just trying to get a trick on the board, and that'll get it. It'll get him on there. Like, he still got some work to do. If he could throw, which is not a bad position to be in when at least you have 2, so you are safe. But now you're like, wow, I got to really throw something down right.
Yeah, I mean, he's in
for the next one.
2nd place now after that 2nd score. So Alex now has to land the next 2 tricks if he's in a chance of getting up onto that podium. Trick number 2 of 3 coming in. Okay, big frontside tail slide, 270 out.
Wow.
Doing it the hard way to fakie. 270 shove.
That's easy for him.
Big spin. Yeah, that is one of his tricks, that and the kickflip out for sure. So, frontside tail slide, big spin out. Should be relatively easy to score this one, but it is on one of the biggest parts of the park. So the pressure's off a little bit, but Alex is definitely going to need to land the next trick.
Let's see where they put him here.
59.33 and climbing up again with 128.66 points. And 6th place for Alex da Cunha. So back round to Danny León. We saw that crazy frontside nose grind earlier. He's switching it up this time. Okay, getting the speed up. Whoa, gap out to nose blunt slide. Kelly, that's going to be a high score, right?
I don't know if it would be that high. I mean, it'll be a good score. I mean, Alex just got a tail slide big spin for 59.
See that around. See where the judges go with it. No one else doing that trick. Landing it pretty much perfect, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. I mean, every judge crew is different, right? And they have their different ways of whatever they think, and it's all subjective. I didn't think it would be 48.
48.33. I thought it might have been a little bit higher, but Okay, but that's 2 scores on the board, and that takes the relief off a little bit, but he definitely needs to get a banger down for that third and final trick.
Yeah, if the judges are scoring that quarter pipe super well with the nose grind, I would work on something on there. I do agree with you, though, that like street tricks will get better, like should get more points. But if based off this crew of judges, if they gave that nose grind a 71, it's like, oh, I'm going to stick over here.
Yeah, right. Or maybe going for something after that kickflip. Maybe 1 foot or late shove or something like that.
Shove.
Maybe a bit of a hot pocket in the ankle. Maybe a bit of knee-edge going on. So here it was, going kickflip. Yeah, I think he was going to go for something out of that one. But we have a fantastic medical team out here who are definitely going to look after him. They're straight over there. They'll give him a check out, make sure he's good to go again. But 2-0 scores in there for Mariano. The pressure's on the last score if he does skate.
It always sucks to see when skaters or anyone's getting hurt when they're performing like this, you know?
Okay, taking it round to trick attempt number 2. The pressure's on. He needs to land both of the final 2 attempts. This is Douwe, trick attempt number 2. Here we go. Kickflip, frontside 50-50. Interesting there. So he's seen the score that's come in for Brandon doing the exact same trick. So he knows that he's going to get a high score because they can't score it lower if he lands it just as clean and as styly. So playing the game
perfect.
there. Yeah.
Or do you lock in?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So interesting game plan there from Douwe. 62.33 and 6th place with that 133.33 on the board. Pressure's on for the third and final trick, but he's definitely good under pressure and has got a very big trick bag. If anyone can jump up onto the podium from there, it's Douwe. So trick attempt number 2 for Ivan Monteiro from Brazil. Crowd.
I mean, he could seal it right here.
There.
He could do something crazy.
Yeah, he's definitely got some crazy tricks in the bag.
360 nose blunt.
Yeah, 360 flip, nose blunt slide. Did you call that out then? 360 flip, nose blunt slide?
I called it out, yeah. I called it right before.
You know your Ivan well.
Which is weird. But yeah, I can just sense, I know his bag of tricks that he's like really consistent with. And he knows that's going to be a good score. That's something on an obstacle that he knows he could do it on. So
either that or you just text him and asked him. I think the latter of the two. 87.67 coming through and dominating up in the 239.34. That is going to be hard to catch as we move through to third and final trick attempts here at Madrid Urban Sports men's skateboard street finals. Back to the top of the heat and where we started off with Brandon Valjallo, showing some respect to the crowd for screaming for him all day. Third and final trick, where's he going? Coming in big. Whoa, going for an impossible all the way out into the car park. Great skateboarding as always from Brandon.
wow, he does have a really good impossible, man. You're right.
Yeah, he cleared that by an extra 4 foot. Almost didn't need to.
That's like a hard trick. I've never been good at that trick, or actually, I don't know if I've ever done that trick, so I can't say I was good at it. But to carry that trick like that off a bump going so far, it's like that's pretty impressive. I can understand 360 flips, kick flips, anything like that, but wrapping something like that around your legs and holding it onto it and catching it is pretty amazing.
Yeah, to take it that far is pretty impressive. That was a trick that evaded me for years and years. And about 6 years ago, Chris Haslam actually taught me that trick when we were having a crazy session. And I mean, he's got every trick that's ever been done.
Yeah.
So,
to learn a trick like that later on in life is really, really tough. You're training your brain to do something completely different in the way that you're scooping your board.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, third and final trick. Oh, called it out earlier, going for the crooked grind. Front foot flip. You can see the disappointment. He really wanted to get that down, and I think that could have been one of the highest scores of the weekend that would have come out of that trick, Kelly.
I agree. That would probably be the best score today.
It was really close, really close.
He stomped it, but the board wasn't there.
The one he did yesterday, I don't think he could have done it any better. Landed bolts, rode away super fast.
It's incredible. Another trick I can't do is that one, the nollie front foot flip. That's just like you're training your brain something so different
for sure. I think I maybe did one of those ever when wheels were 37 mil and trousers were 42 mil.
Yeah. Oh man, that was before my time, but I love watching the footage from back then.
Okay, third and final trick for you can see just having a bit of shout into the hat then. Got to get this one. All important. Third and final trick. Here we go. Come on, stay on it. Foot's in 360 flip position. Going for that.
That was
like 450 flip front board.
That would have gotten him a really high score.
Yeah, it's such a crazy trick that you've got to wait so long for it to come round.
There's a lot to easily miscalculate there.
Yeah, Fernando definitely deserved to do that. Are we going to see one more for the crowd? I hope so. Yeah, here we go. Coming back for some redemption. Let's see it, Fernando. No. Not this time. I thought he was just going to get it for the gram because it didn't happen if it's not on Instagram, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess TikTok too, but I don't know if that's a TikTok type video.
Okay, third and final trick. Pressure's on. Alex really needs to land this one if he's in a chance to get up onto the podium. Here we go, going back to where he started. No slide. Going nollie big heel out. But just landing primo.
He's got one more. Ooh, he did it. Was that it? I couldn't see the bottom
maybe
part.
Just nollie heel out.
Oh.
Well, not just nollie heel out.
Yeah.
Nollie heel
just
out.
nollie heel, but I couldn't see because it wasn't panned down. But the fact that he can do tricks like that on command that's why I trip out on all these guys are. It's like you can do these tricks on command like that. Remember back then when we were doing tricks, like if we did any of these tricks, it would take us 40 tries. And we did it once.
I was going to say 40 months. 40 tries. You were pretty consistent then.
40 tries is not that consistent, dude. Maybe
better than 40 months.
Era, 40 months. You're like a 40-month guy. I'm a 40-try guy.
So third and final trick for Danny León. Be interested to see where he goes. He knows he got a big score for hitting that clear extension on the course. He's got some big banging tricks. He's got some tech tricks as well. Where's he going to go? Yeah, it looks like he's going up onto that extension again. Whoa! That could have been so gnarly. Ollieing up to a nose manual roll all the way round. Nollying in from that would probably be the most petrifying moment of life.
Well, yeah, I don't understand. Like, his angle to that, it looked like his wheels would just slide out. And that could have been way worse.
Yeah, for sure. And there's his dog. His dog was running around on the course earlier, having the best time when it rained, going across all the ramps and everything. Probably put one of the best runs of the day together. I scored it about a 67.4, I think it was.
Oh,
but
nice.
Cheated for having 4 legs. So technically allowed 2 skateboards.
Well, I'm glad that him and his dog had a fun time today.
Oh, Danny's always having a fun time. So
That was like
again,
Lion King
in the
style.
same position with the pressure on, third and final trick. Here's Douwe Macaré. Kickflip, frontside, 50-50. He's already done that trick. Or was that just a practice one? Oh, I think he thought it wasn't his run. He was just doing a practice run. Let's check out the replay anyway.
Wait, what?
Do you know what? I think what he's doing is just getting in a couple of kickflip frontside 50-50s, and maybe he's going to go kickflip frontside nose grind, which would be special.
So he just didn't know it was his turn right there?
Yeah, he was just having a warm-up between runs. Here we go. Third and final trick. Douwe Macaré. Yo! There it is! Kickflip frontside nose grind, and did it so well as well. I can't wait to see the replay because the control, he caught it a little bit forward and just pulled it back and stayed on.
That was gnarly, and I can't. That is comparable to a tray flip nose one, I feel like, on a smaller rail.
Yeah, for sure. It's on the biggest part of the course, and there's a long grind as well.
Yeah.
So needs a
He needs-
62.33 for second.
Oh,
Could we see the Netherlands jumping up into that second place? Rose there giving him congratulations on landing that trick, who actually won our women's street final earlier. All eyes on the board right now, waiting for that third and final trick to come through. We said it earlier, these seasoned pros are very good under pressure. Whoa, there you go, 79 and jumping up into second place. Phenomenal skating there from Douwe and coming through with all the power in the final hour.
all the power in the final hour. I like that.
You can have that one. I'll rent it to you, €50 a month.
Thanks. I don't have euros though. I'll give you some dollars, but
$67. We'll just call it even. So third and final trick for Ivan Monteiro. Already won this thing, so this is for you guys at home and everyone in the crowd. It's a victory run, but let's hope he's not going to hold back and he's going to put on a good show anyway. Whoa, going 360 flip. Maybe no slide there. But I know he can do them into crooked grind as well. But knowing he's already won it, he can definitely throw something special in. And getting the congratulations. There you have our first and second place.
look at that. Look at the technique on the back right there.
Yeah, the back foot hanging right over. I know you're a massive fan of a 360 flip and you've got an absolutely amazing one yourself. Different technique though, right?
Thank you very much. But yeah, totally different technique. He uses the back of the tail, where I use like more of like the pocket of the board, like on the tail.
Yeah, same.
So,
I'm a pocket guy as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can change it up over time, depending on what you're skating like that. I don't know if you want to snap more. Usually I would put more on the tail. So like towards like where he's at a little bit. So you can try to get it to Danny just got smoked again. But yeah, there's different techniques to the tray flip. And I think that's why that trick is so cool, because you can do it differently in so many ways.
Yeah, there's like the pow catch. There's that front foot catch with the back foot leg dangle. Just don't let Jason Lee see you doing it.
I would never do that in front of
Have
Jason.
a 20-minute rant about it. So there you have our final list. Mariano down there in that last place. Alex Tacuna, 7th place. Facundo in 6th. Fernando in 5th. 4th to Danny León. And then our top 3, Brandon Valjallo, Douwe Macaré, and 239.34 points. And first place, gold medal, goes to Ivan Monteiro. I can see they're putting the podium out now. And we also saw Danny León really wants to get that nose manual going.
That's still really gnarly. I don't understand how you can make that turn like that to keep the pop in.
Yeah, not much room up there on the platform to get that one round to get back in.
Yeah, it almost makes like he might have to go towards the end to pop into the blue quarter pipe.
Yeah, maybe, which makes it almost a little bit different. So big crowds joining us out here at Madrid Urban Sports. Running a little bit later, so sorry if you had a delay, but thanks for sticking with us. That was our men's street skateboarding final. And our podium is left right now. And Brandon Valjallo taking that bronze medal and 3rd place here at Madrid Urban Sports.
Well, he had his Red Bull can up there with him. That's for sure. And his sticker and his hat.
Got to pay the bills. Good to see Brandon out in Europe. Sticking around, doing the circuit. And glad that Madrid Urban Sports is one of the competitions he decided to come to.
Yeah,
always hyped to see him on the list of riders. So 2nd place to give away. And the silver medal goes to Douwe Macaré from the Netherlands. Great results for the Netherlands out here. 1st and 2nd place in women's and men's now. Always big smiles from Douwe.
I'm stoked to see him do well in this because we've known him to be around for a while, and his consistency paid off in this. The kilt nose grind, that was pretty crucial for him to get 2nd.
Yeah, for sure. It all came down to that last trick. He composed himself and got it done. So 1st place and gold medal goes to Brazil's Ivan Monteiro. Taking his place up on the podium there, and all smiles. Dominated the competition through from qualification all the way through to our finals. Pretty much staying in 1st place for the whole competition. Well deserved gold place. So 3rd place Brandon Valjallo, 2nd place Douwe Macaré, and 1st place going to Brazil's Ivan Monteiro. So thank you very much for joining us and sticking with us. It's been a great day out here at day 1 of Madrid Urban Sports. We've seen some amazing skateboarding, and it's been great to call this one with you, Kelly. Thanks for joining me.
Hey, thanks for having me, and awesome to see this great skateboarding going down.
Yeah, and thanks very much to each and every one of you for joining us at home. We'll be back tomorrow with Madrid Urban Sports Day 2 with our scooter men's final on the park and on street, and also our BMX men's final on park as well. We'll see you again tomorrow, and thanks again for joining us.
lady sleeps, I'm feeling wide awake. I wasn't made for this life in the fucking cage. I was made for this life on the fucking stage, and I'ma get it either way, man, I don't play. You can't just stand there and watch it, you can get up, get out, show them what you got, man, fuck. Are you just gonna take that? Their time is up, bro, now it's payback.
This ain't luck, man. We fucking earned that shit. We earned it.
You call this shit luck,
All
bro?
that fucking hard work, the years, the grind. You don't compare to a level of energy, bro. I don't fuck with you.
Yeah, this shit's about to blow. Got my bass down low, and I'm going with the flow. Yeah, this shit's about to blow. Got my bass down low. Yeah, I'm going with the flow.
¿Y yo qué culpa tengo si me han tirado a la piscina con el móvil en el bolsillo, papá? Buen argumento, ¿eh? Vamos con esta.
Tranquilo, que tu padre lo tiene fácil. Porque ahora, por ser de mi Movistar, puedes tener hasta 5 dispositivos. Estrenar uno está bien, estrenar más es mejor.
Ah, y carita de pena, eso no falla.
En Imagine tenemos una pregunta. ¿De qué color ves nuestro logo? ¿Verde o azul? Si lo ves verde es porque juntos ya hemos plantado más de 300.000 árboles. Si lo ves azul es porque hemos retirado más de 21 toneladas de plástico del mar. Y es que somos muy azules, y muy verdes, y muy azules, y también verdes, y azules, claro. Imagine, somos lo que hacemos.
I'ma get it poppin', yes I gotta get it rockin'. While the people always tell me that